I'm sending you that clip. Push record. And now we are recording. Okay, you need me to put an olive on a cheese?
Yeah.
Just a cheese?
Just a cheese. It's like a better pig in a blanket. It's an olive in a blanket. It's a dove.
This is an olive and a snuggie. A dove.
Well, yeah.
I like that because the olive branch.
Yeah. I forgot what
a dove and fleece.
Yeah. Because yeah. Okay.
Well, are cows fleece? Or that sheep's?
I think that's sheep's.
Sheep's.
Oh
no! I totally made that goat sound. Now the world will never hear it.
I'm a little sad about that.
Bilbo.
Hi. You forgive me yet? I will not give you a cheese. You have a sensitive tongue.
He loves a cheese. You can have a cheese.
You can have a cheese. I'm not gonna give him a full cheese.
No, that's probably for the best.
How about a quarter of
a quarter of cheese?
You can have a little bit more than a quarter, and then can we be on good terms?
Will you just move on, please? She tried to touch him earlier, and that's a big no.
Yeah.
Don't do that. Now I'm paranoid. I'm gonna make sure that we're recording video.
It would be an only audio episode. And today on the Happy Peas podcast, we are only doing a video recording, or not video, audio recording.
We are taking ourselves a little bit too seriously for what we do. We are fancy radio people.
We are.
Oh! He has forgiven you. Hi everyone, welcome to the Happy Peas podcast, where we're just peas in a pod. I'm Stephanie.
I'm MJ.
And we're doing this again. I didn't record the last episode, so.
Good news, I don't remember any of it except for the last bit where we talked about what was it? What was it? I don't remember.
Red flags? Red flag,
well,
green flag?
Yeah, but it was like a guy that got hair plugs out of cadaver butt hair.
And you will never know.
Are you upset about it? Does cadaver butt hair make you angry?
Billy, do you have cadaver butt hair?
I must ask you, this is now an interview. Please, Billy, tell me your opinion on cadaver butt hair. Oh, you don't? No, you don't like it? That's valid.
That's fair. Okay, so let's see. Today we're talking about New Year's and resolutions and that kind of stuff.
She looks like she has fly eyes.
Ew, now I hate that picture. I'm going to download it so that I can put it in the video so everyone knows. But the fact that I'm saving a picture I hate is kind of funny.
You also missed me eating almost a half a jar of olives.
That is true. You ate a lot of them.
I love them.
The dog is not hungry. He has, in fact, just eaten.
And pee-peed.
And pee-peed. He's
good to go.
What are your thoughts on resolutions? It feels funny to do this again.
I don't make them. I like the Japanese tradition of buying a new set of clothing to represent a fresh start to the new year.
But not the need for like substantial changes.
No, because I'm not going to change anything. Like, if I change something, it's because I genuinely want to, not because I feel like I need to.
This is actually a different article than the one I was looking at, but I like it. This is from Forbes. So the one that I found said that 9%, the original one that I was looking at said that 9% of people actually accomplish their New Year's resolutions. 23% of people finish after give up after 2 months. 22% of people give up after 3 months, and then I think 40% of who's left give up after 4 months. But yeah, so like if you're making a New Year's resolution, I hate to be the Debbie Downer here, but statistics are not on your side.
I mean, you could also make it like an intrinsic thing that you want to do, like a craft or something. But if you have ADHD, let me just tell you, Probably not gonna. Probably gonna get halfway through it and put it down, forget you even started it.
Yeah, my hobby is having hobbies.
Yeah.
I will say though that if you have New Year's resolutions, like hard goals you want to do, star goals, baby specific, time bound, achievable, and or action based and realistic. Give yourself a star goal because you're more likely to do better if it's those 4 things.
I don't know why, but I thought the R was gonna be retroactive. You should have started doing
it. Shame on you for starting now.
Effective last month.
So 62% of people say they feel pressured into setting a New Year's resolution.
You can't pressure me into shit. I'm a cat.
48% of people say that fitness is their top priority in 2024, while 36% of people cite mental health.
You know, if you do one, it might help the other. Not saying that exercise improves mental health because, I get frustrated when someone's like, but like,
my phone background actually says your mental health and your physical health are intrinsically linked. You cannot improve one without seeing a change in the other. And I don't know if that's entirely true, but it's nice to believe.
I mean, working out gives you endorphins.
Mm-hmm. I will say that yoga makes me feel very strange. Like I do yoga and then by the end of it, I'm like, thank you for this time with myself and with my body and to remember that my legs work. And then I'm like, who am I talking to?
I feel like
I don't pray.
I feel like if I were to do yoga, I would just be gassy because I have IBS. So I feel like it would be constant fart time.
Yeah, I mean there is that sometimes.
I would never do like a class.
So my biggest gripe with yoga is that you and I just mean like at home. That's a weird bark. At home videos, they're like, oh, okay, get on your mat, we're gonna have a great time, and then the first 5 minutes is hands up, hands down, hands in the middle, and that you do that for like 5 minutes. So I skip through the beginning of the video a little bit. I'm not good at yoga because I'm like not patient enough.
I always click on the ones that are too hard, and they're always like, stand on your head. And I'm like, I can't even do a cartwheel. I don't know what you want from me. I'm just going to flop over.
There's one that I really like that's a little too hard no matter how much I'm doing yoga. The hardest part about it is like you pick up one of your legs and you go like this.
Like you do the flamingo?
Yeah.
I love doing
and you
that.
Stand there like that. And I think that is the hardest part because like my foot starts to hurt a lot.
Yeah.
But I should send you that one. It's hard, but it's like not inversion. Like going upside down.
That never ends well.
More people cite fitness as their top resolution, 48%, compared to 38% finance, 36% mental health, 34% weight loss, and 32% diet. I'm sorry, are diet and weight loss not part of fitness?
No, not necessarily. I mean, like...
Oh, women are more likely to focus on fitness by 52% compared to 42%. That makes me sad.
I think it just depends on what they mean by diet because, like, you just change what you eat instead of eating McDonald's. You can make cooked meals, but also, like, that just goes into a big conversation that we don't need to get into because it's political.
Yeah. 20% of people say that they plan to keep themselves accountable to their goals, which is a massive drop compared to last year when 77% of people say they were holding themselves accountable. I think that having a buddy makes a big difference.
Don't have a buddy like me though, because I will just, whatever you want to do, I'm going to support.
Well, and don't have a buddy like me because if you fail, it's because I failed on you. Like if
don't fail on me.
Like don't. Like if you tell me this is your goal and then you stop doing that thing, I'm gonna be like, did you do this today? And you're like, no. And I'll be like, well, why? And then I take it personally that I have failed you. because you are failing at your goal, you're not achieving your goal, it's my fault. And so I take it personally because I'm a Capricorn, it's my birthday, happy birthday to me. I love my birthday.
Yeah, if someone's like, hey, I didn't do my thing today, I'm like, sweet, days off are a good thing.
Well, like, people, if one of my, like, I had an accountability buddy for a little while that was like, I didn't do it today, and I'm like, that's okay, you needed a rest day. What are your plans for tomorrow? Like, how do we get you back on track? And I mean, holding somebody else accountable also makes me very, very accountable to myself. And so
we should never be accountability buddies together, because I have a very lax way of doing things, and you do not. And you would get so mad at
me. I almost lost a friendship over it. A friend of mine and I were going to the gym like most days after work, because she was like, I can't get myself motivated, and I was like, I'm going every day, so just come with me. And after a while, she kept not showing up to sessions, and I was getting frustrated, and she finally was like, I'm not going because of you. And I was like,
that's rude.
What? And she was, you're too intense, and it's kind of like damaging our friendship. That you, like, I feel like I'm letting you down by not living up to the things that you want, that I wanted to do, and so it's making me not want to spend time with you. So to save our friendship, I don't think we can work out together anymore. And I was like, I'm an asshole.
Now I kind of want to go to the gym with you, because I imagine you being like, let's do this, and I'm like,
well, I didn't like push her too hard. Like, you know, I'd be like, do you want to go do lunges? And she's like, yeah, let's go do lunges or whatever. But it was just like, if she didn't show up, I'd be like, so are you coming tomorrow then?
Oh.
Or like, okay. Are you working at home? What are you doing at home? Did you do like a workout video here? And so I really projected my goals for myself onto her.
Gotcha.
So I will not be setting. Well, no, I said that my New Year's resolution was to just was to have a more memorable year than last year.
Yeah, create more memories.
Yeah, like my memories last year were mostly like visiting family, there were a couple comedians, there were a couple concerts, a couple really like standout hikes. The first podcast.
Yeah.
Woo. But yeah, I was like, I think my goal for 2024 is to just have more memories this year. Are you playing with your toy box?
Well, hi.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have any more cheese. Thank you for the kiss. I appreciate it.
And MJ wanted to look up crime statistics.
I was curious.
And so the only one that I could really find with anything like in depth was from 2019 from Houston.
Which, like, they might have some the other states don't. Or they might share some with Idaho.
So the number one crime committed is just public intoxication. People drink on New Year's. It's what they do. Right? Yeah. Here we are. Driving while intoxicated. Drug-related offenses. And I don't think that means, like, dealing. I think that means just, like, having drugs.
And it's Texas, so it does also include the weeds.
Not the weeds!
There's a weed in my good Christian state.
Kablam! Assault and battery, which is because 54% of adults plan on consuming alcohol on New Year's Eve, and alcohol goes kind of hand in hand sometimes with violence. So assault and battery goes up. Also kind of in the same mindset is SA. And what I said previously was just don't touch people.
No touchy.
Just when you go places, just
no touch.
Leave people alone. Just don't touch them. Even if they're rude to you or whatever, like if you think that they work at a store and you're like, hey, will you help me? Just don't touch them.
No touchy.
No, never touch anybody.
Never ever.
No physical contact allowed ever for anyone.
And if you bump into someone, just apologize.
Yeah. I mean, if they're like, oh, touch me, then like, yeah, you could probably touch that person if you want.
But you might not want to.
It depends on the circumstance.
I don't know. Even if you were to come up to me and say that in the store, I'd be like,
but I mean, if I said it to him,
he dead.
He's snoozing.
I think the only time in which I am okay with someone saying that to me in a store is if like they try something
in a
on.
store.
Well, no, and like a clothing store, and they tried something on and it's soft, and they want me to feel it.
Oh yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, then yeah, okay, that's acceptable.
I keep saying Mothman over there, and I'm like, oh, Mo. This is Mo. Mo's a heating pad. I called him a space heater earlier, and that's not what he is.
No, I mean he heats a space.
That is true. He takes up space and he's warm. And Mo. Mothman and Mo. The Adventures of Mothman and Mo. New name for the title. New name for the podcast. New title. No. We're gonna get a big background that says The Adventures of Mothman and Mo.
I love it.
Back to crime. Don't do crime.
No. I love it. Back to crime.
Back to crime. It feels like watching the news. And in this crime over here. And in this other crime.
And in this crime today, we see one man smoking another man. I meant to say hitting another man, but I can't.
You're smoking crack and hitting a man? Is that what you were going to say?
No, just hitting. I was just going to go with hitting, but
great.
I
So yeah, don't touch people.
The patch.
The next one's property damage, which again is kind of alcohol contributed. People are just like, I want to break stuff.
You break your own stuff.
Yeah, break your own stuff in your own house. Don't break other people's things.
Turn your house into a rage room, or go visit a rage room.
Yeah, I want to do that.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I feel like I'd be like I know. And as soon as something broke, I'd be like, oh no. Auto theft is another one. New Year's Eve and New Year's Day are the two most popular days of the year for car theft.
Where is your boy tonight? I hope he is.
I don't know. I burped while I was smiling at you.
So Fall Out Boy song.
Oh.
Grand Theft Autumn.
Discharging a firearm. Pew, 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 pew. Feels very Yosemite Sam.
Yeah. It's fitting because Texas.
What if guns made that noise?
That would be much better. Although that would be a fear of a whole nother sound.
You're just in your apartment here. That's not the noise I made. Oh no, I'm never gonna be able to do it ever again.
It's because we fixated on it.
So discharging a firearm, unlawful possession of a firearm, and trespassing.
I feel like these two are just specific to Texas and Idaho.
I think there's probably other places, Alabama, places where they just like open carry openly.
Open carry.
He didn't like that with a certain degree of openness. So yeah, I think that like grumble. I'm so angry. You don't have to wait. If you have a change that you want to make to your life, no!
Olive's not letting me follow my dream.
Let me in your ball.
It's a ball.
I can't move.
It's a ball.
Okay. What did we say earlier? They weren't. Was that during this episode? Oh, filming the same thing twice is deeply confusing. I was like, did we do the doves and fleece?
Yep.
In this one?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Oh, right.
Has Billy ever, like, just into Craig's mouth when he's sleeping?
No, not that I've ever seen. No, he just lays on his tummy.
I really want him to
You just want him to assault Craig?
just tongue and mouth.
No, don't do that. Anyway.
Billy's put his tongue in my mouth. Why won't he do it to you guys?
He does, but we're awake and we're like, hey, baby. I don't make out with my dog. We're like, hey, baby. And you just go, and you're like,
I didn't want that kind of love.
Like, that's not what I want. I hate when he does that. I saw his little tail a second ago. I don't know where it went.
The closest thing that one of my dogs has done is when Lady was a puppy, she used to just shove her entire tongue up your nostril. And it was disgusting.
I hate
and
that.
Painful.
I hate when dogs do, you're like,
did that taste good for you? Because it was not good for me.
Only one of us enjoyed that, and it's never happening again.
Never.
No, like my thoughts are, I had a friend who had like a spectacularly bad month at one point, and when the month ended, I was like, "Happy August! That terrible month is over, and you can start all fresh and new, like it's a new year. It's just a little baby new year. So if you have a goal you want to do, you have a change you want to make, just do it right now. Do it now, or like on Monday."
Or whenever you want to. It doesn't have to be New Year.
You can do it on Thursday. Just like every day is a new opportunity for you to do
stuff,
things that you want. Hooray.
We're so eloquent.
Well spoken, bitches. But yeah, you don't have to wait for the new year. There's no greater likelihood of you achieving your goals.
It's not new year, new you. It's new year, same you. Follow your stupid fucking dreams. I don't care.
Follow your stupid fucking dreams.
I support you doing you.
Oh, is it follow your stupid fucking dreams or give up on your stupid fucking dreams?
Follow your stupid fucking dreams. Because we are supportive at this podcast.
Here in the Happy Peas podcast, we just peas in a pod. And we're still here to support you in our podlings.
Yeah.
We love you.
There's a bottle of wine that I'm
Do you
going...
want more? Just tell me when.
Okay.
I just keep going.
there's a bottle of wine that I want to share with you at some point in time. It's the bottle of wine that Taylor Swift was drinking when she wrote
the Gaslight.
Yeah.
Is it good?
I don't know. We're gonna find out. I was gonna buy it and drink it with you.
I like that. I will talk about gaslighters and lameness. It'll be a sad time episode. Are you ready for a sad time episode?
But also, we're gonna talk about probably the true love of my life, Taylor Swift.
Again. Somewhat. Again. It's true. You do love her so much.
I do.
You could meet one person. Who would be?
Taylor Swift.
What would you say?
Or Princess Di.
Oh, that's a good answer.
For Taylor Swift, I would just fight all of the emotions because in high pressure situations I cry, and I would just say, I love you. I appreciate your music and the fact that you can kind of just put into words what we're all feeling.
Right.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah.
And then I'd probably walk away because high pressure situation. Goodbye. I don't want to cry in front of you.
It's like I didn't even realize necessarily how much I liked Felicia Day until I went to Comic-Con and she was there. And Craig went, "Hey, look, it's Felicia Day. Do you want to take a picture with her?" And I went, "I can see her actual skin with my actual eyes," which is the most like psycho person thing to say. But I was like, that's her actual face. And I'm using my actual eyes to look at her actual face. I can't be here. We have to go.
See, I think I'd be okay with Felicia Day because I feel like we could just be buddies.
Yeah, for sure.
But like, in that situation, if I were to go to like a Comic-Con or something that Elijah Wood was at, I'd be like, oh, I can't be in this room.
Right. Yeah. Somebody, Craig's dad actually asked, like, if you met Stephen King, what would you say to him? And I was like,
you got a fucked up mind.
No, I'd be like, your work ethic is amazing and you made me want to be a writer and like you made me try to put things into words, and like my mom called me Steph E. King as a child because I was like writing horror.
That's very cute.
Right? And so I'm just like, you're an inspiration to people, even if you don't know it or you don't mean to be. Thank you for filling up a bookshelf or two for me. So
if I were to meet the author of The Witcher, which like people say that he's a jerk, and I don't know if maybe there's like something that I don't know as to why he's a jerk.
Mm-hmm.
But I would be like, I'm sorry that you underestimated yourself and sold the franchise, and now you're not making money off of it because, like,
I'm sorry you fucked up.
you got a brilliant mind, and I love the fact that Geralt would be dead without the women in his life.
For sure. That's some feminism right there.
Mm-hmm. Well, there was like gay characters all over the place too. I loved it. That was very attractive. 10 out of 10. Craig, do you know why the author of The Witcher is a jerk?
Nope.
Sweet. I don't either.
He just is.
Tell me.
Pick a box.
More. Tell me more. Is this? I choose this box.
You have to actually open it.
I don't want to.
Okay. So we've decided that closing out episodes, we're going to do a little bit of a game. And so we're going to do a game for you. We're playing Tell Me More. That's the noise that you made. Oh, goodness sake. My ears later.
What food or song always brings back good memories?
Wine. No, I'm just kidding.
That's not a food.
I mean, it's
Or a song. It's a thing.
a food or song always brings back good memories. Paradise by the Dashboard Lights. When I think of that song, I think of my aunt in the front seat just singing her little heart out. And she did both sides of the song, and to this day it's one of my favorite songs to sing because she was like so excited about it, and it was hilarious, and I just sat there and giggled in the back seat for like 9.5 minutes while we listened to this song.
That's amazing.
That's how long that song is. And I asked Craig the other day if I could karaoke it, and he went, no. I said, hey, can I do a 9.5 minute karaoke song? And he goes, no, Dashboard Confessional. And I was like, excuse you, it's Meatloaf, and it's Paradise by the Dashboard Lights. I know you got Dashboard right.
I mean, to be fair, that was my first thought.
If you could reconnect with one person from your past, who would it be and why?
I already did that.
Did you?
Yeah, it was.
Do it again.
It's West Virginia,
Mm.
and it was because I don't like how things ended, and I feel, and we're still on good terms. We're still talking. I just.
Do you want to do another one then?
No, it's fine.
Okay.
I feel like that's a good answer. This is
Yeah.
the only person from my past that I would talk to.
Well, that's fair.
So.
Like, I don't have much of a reason for anybody else in my past. That's why they're behind me.
Well, yeah, and like we were together on and off and friends like for 10 years, and the fact that it ended the way that it did, I didn't like.
That's fair.
So like we got back into communication. We buddies now.
You buddies. Oh,
If-
Mo fell over.
Oh, real quick before I forget again, did I ever tell you about the intimate experience I had with an ex, where I almost started laughing mid-session
No.
for no reason other than my
Cutting
brain.
this out?
If you want to, I don't.
Okay.
They won't know who they are.
Okay.
So I was intimate with someone, and in the middle, I started thinking about the basement yard.
Oh, no.
And there's this episode where Frank does like.
It's never a good thing also, like mid-session when you're like,
Well, no,
and your mind just starts to wander.
It was, to be honest, the sex was bad, but that's neither here nor there. But I was thinking about the basement yard, and there's this Frank does like has like an alternate has like a character that he does, which is like alpha male, and he was like, in order to tell that a woman is satisfied, you have to scream her name. And Joey's like, I'm sorry, what? You have to scream your name during climax?
Establish dominance.
And then he was just like, so right as he climax, just Joe.
Oh no.
just Joe yelling Joe and it being climax. Just
Like,
I was trying.
that's the most selfish thing I've ever heard. Just yelling your own name.
But like imagining that in my head while I was in the midst of intimacy, I almost started laughing. I was like, oh god, I gotta hold. I can't laugh at this. It's one thing to imagine Joe Santagato during sex. That is not the way in which you want it. Okay. If they made a movie about your life, what would one of the high points be?
Yeah, I mean that's like the happy ending. So she pointed at Craig.
You're an ending. You're gonna kill her.
I have a story about that. But no, I feel like that would be the end of the movie. Is like that's the happy ever after. I feel like the high point, I think, would be the moment I grew a backbone and like started standing up for myself a little bit.
Fair.
I mean, and I already had met Craig by then, or like Craig and I were already dating by the time that I was like, hey, you know what I should have? A spine. I'm gonna get me one of those. But yeah, I mean, I don't think I would call Craig the high point of the movie. I think he'd be the happy end.
You're gonna kill her.
So my story about that is one day I was doing the dishes and I was listening to a true crime podcast. And
was this when Craig killed Stephanie, but for realsies?
Yes. Like I was sitting there doing the dishes and then it's like, and then Craig brutally strangled Stephanie to death in the bathtub. And I was like, excuse me, what? And I just rewound the whole thing and was like, okay. And they're like, they had the picturesque relationship, blah, 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 and they murdered her. I was like, so I think he came home and, or actually, there was one morning that I just looked at him out of the blue and went, please don't murder me. Like, if you want things to be done, I'll give you whatever you want. Just don't kill me. Okay?
Don't kill you and don't take Billy.
But I feel like the turning point, well, if he was like, give me Billy or I'll fucking kill you, I'd be like, okay. I love that dog so much, but I also don't want him to be dead.
No death.
So I feel like the turning point of the movie where the music changed would be like where I started standing up for myself and I told one of my bosses, like, you don't listen to me. And she was like, yeah, I do. And I was like, no, you literally don't. Like, I think I was telling her I wanted to quit. And I was like, you don't listen to me. And she was like, ah. And I was like, you're not listening to me right now. Yeah. I'm telling you why I'm quitting and you're blowing me off. And so I feel like that's that moment where the music swells and you're like, hey.
Oh, hell yeah.
And then, you know, we ride off into the sunset together. Him.
He doesn't. Him and Billy?
I mean, if that's what it takes for him to not murder me, then sure. Oh, that's not a nice question. What's something you find embarrassing? It could be like secondhand embarrassment that when other people do it, you're like, that's really embarrassing for you.
I have no sense of shame.
Okay.
And usually when like something happens like that, I laugh about it because like I imagine what it looks like from the outside.
I usually, like, when I fall on the ice, I usually, like, I laugh almost every time, unless it's like the 5th time in a row, and then I'm like, God damn it! It's not fun anymore. Now it's sad.
Sometimes I get really embarrassed when, like, I try to say something, but it doesn't come out right, or I say something in, like, the wrong order, and my brain just not working.
You know what I hate is when someone's talking to you, and you go, what? And they say it again, and you go, what?
Yeah.
And I say it again, you're just like,
yeah.
No, I'm not having gotten it.
I know what it is. I'm cheesy.
It ain't easy being cheesy, but it's Gouda.
No, like in relationships, I'm cheesy. Isaac tells me that all the time. He's like, you're cheesy. Yeah.
Well, when we were doing...
It's not a party without a party.
When we were doing red flag, green flag, it was like they have the first first front row seats to all the best concerts, and they have terrible puns, and I was like, yes, that is 2 green flags. I mean, if they only speak in terrible puns, then you reevaluate.
Yeah. Oh, it's my turn.
Yeah.
No.
Triggering.
If money were no concern, what would you want to do with your life?
I've done this one, and my answer is the same as it was back then.
I don't remember. I have memory issues.
This podcast.
Oh, sweet. We're doing it.
Yeah. So, like, if I had infinite money dollars and I didn't care what anybody thought about it, I would keep doing this. Because when I first was like, and I mean, I still am, and I'm like, I have podcasts, and people are like, you have a podcast? Like, when our friends were here earlier, and they were like, so what's your podcast about tonight? And I was like, New Year's. I was a little embarrassed because it's a little embarrassing, but also like, I don't care. It's fun. I like it. And if nothing else, I get to spend time with you.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's a good time.
Also, like...
And, like, we get consistently, like, 30 viewers now. Hi, everybody.
Hello.
Oh, little podlings. Look at you. Look at how cute you are. I like what you do with your hair. That looks great.
You're invisible. I can't see you.
Don't make me crazy now. Hey, trying to think of a name, and now I'm on the spot and I can't think of one.
Steven!
Hey, Steven! Thanks for watching. I just freaked somebody out. I was going to say Debbie, and I was like, I don't know how many Debbies are like, hey, Debbie, if you're watching.
You're probably a boomer.
You were the first name that came to mind, and I discarded it so quickly. I'm sorry for doing that to you, Debbie. You matter. You matter.
Every Debbie that I meet, I accidentally call Barbara, and I don't know why. I called my coworker Deb Barb for a really long time, like a shameful amount of time.
That's hilarious. What's something that took you a long time to learn or understand?
A lot of things.
What's the most recent thing?
How to handle my trauma.
Well, that's a good one. That's a really good answer, though.
And also, like, when I get upset over something that makes no sense, to, like, question it. Because most of the time, I'm not actually upset at the thing. It's something else I'm upset about.
Yeah. Like, there have been moments where Craig and I, like, we don't argue very often, but, like, the occasional times that we have, I start to cry so fast. And I'm like, give me a second. I'm not trying to cry right now. It's been a long time. But I used to be like, we have to pause for a couple minutes because I fell apart. And I'm not trying to fall apart. And this is not me trying to, like, cheat and win the argument by crying. That's what I'm trying to do. So, like, let me collect myself.
Nobody wins.
And then we will continue arguing later.
And then you come back randomly, just gar.
An hour has gone by. We've like eaten and stuff. And then I'm like, weren't we fighting earlier? Let's keep doing them. Like, there's that scene out of that 70s show where Red Foreman's like, is that what we're gonna do today? We're gonna fight. And every once in a while, Craig will be like, you look really good today. And I'm like, no, I don't. I'm like, yeah, you do. I'm like, no, I don't. My hair's all frizzy and my shirt doesn't fit right. And blah, blah, blah. How dare you lie to me? And he's like, oh, are we fighting today? Is that the plan today? I'm like, yes. Don't say anything nice to me, but don't say anything hurtful to me.
Just don't talk to me.
But I need you to talk to me. So
don't
just
look
like
at me.
Talk nonsense at me.
Explain to me one of your passions.
I'm just imagining instead of someone saying like talk dirty to me, they're like talk nonsense to me, and they want to be talked to in like gibberish.
Simish.
Ooga like a mooko.
I have no idea. It's been so long since I've played The Sims, and I'm too obsessed with a vampire right now to even try.
Gargalamoosh. That feels like it's actually a sound clip. Dude, The Sims, I feel like they were just like, we're not getting voice actors in every country, in every language. We're making up our own freaking language.
That's valid.
Barbaluki. I've been playing Sims since I was like single digit. It's been a long time.
What are you pretty sure you could never get tired of? The man on his phone?
Yep. That man on his phone. Pretty sure I'll never get tired of him.
But you're gonna get tired of me.
Yep.
That's valid. I get tired of myself sometimes. It's when I gotta take a call.
I mean, they're like, Craig feels like a good answer. You and this feels like a good answer. I'm trying to think of like a less obvious answer.
Cheese.
No, I could see myself like if you only ate cheese. I feel like at a certain point you get tired of cheese. You know what my answer would be? I think like the smell, the crunch of gravel. I don't think I could ever get sick of the crunch of like gravel and the smell of a tree, like trees and stuff. Like just the sounds of and smells and stuff about being hiking. I think that that I would never get sick of.
I feel that.
You want to do one more?
Yes.
One more. Tell me one more. You can pass, sir. I almost said smash.
Can we please pay smash or pass?
Yes. Yes. We have to come like preloaded with a bunch of pictures of whoever and just like smash or pass. Oh, we're gonna do it right now?
No, we don't.
What's a small decision that changed your life in a big way?
I joined the Marine Corps on a whim.
On a whim?
Uh-huh.
God.
Yeah, I
loaded.
I went to the recruiters and they have like all of them in one like strip mall place, and all of them were closed except the Marine Corps, and that's how I made my decision.
That's excellent planning.
It was no plan. I don't make plans. I just do random things.
And they lead you down to wherever it is you get to.
Regret a lot.
Oh, okay.
Not so much sometimes, but...
I mean, you know, it's one of those things, it's one of those corny answers of like, if you could change one thing about your life, what would you change? And it's like, nothing. Because if I changed something about my life, it would have changed me as a person, and so I wouldn't be where I am with the people that I am.
If I could have my son, but without his father, that would be great.
Yeah, that's fair. But yeah, it's like if I had never met this person, or if I had never done this thing, and if I had never made this mistake, like you would not have learned the lessons that you learned. You would not be the person that you are, and you would not be sitting in the chair you're sitting in next to the person you're sitting with doing a podcast.
Yeah, I mean, I would have met you without my son's father.
I mean, we met before your son's father.
Exactly. I wouldn't change where we worked.
No. But I mean, like, I was literally just thinking about Craig. I was like, you know, I knew Craig for a number of years, and then, like, would we still have ended up together if I hadn't done some of the stupid things I did?
I'd like to think so.
I would hope so, but, you know, is that too big of a risk to, like, make a fundamental change? If a genie popped out and was like, make one fundamental change, I'd be like, I'm not as anxious.
Make one. I'd like to not have my body problems, please.
Right, yeah. I would just like to be more secure as a person. That's all. Just change something like about my mental
if
state.
you could fix my butt and my head, that would be a great thing.
My butt and because IBS. I thought you meant like the size of your butt. I was like, you got a small butt.
No, I like my butt. It's a good butt.
Yeah.
But like the insides are not so good.
So like if I asked a genie to fix my butt, it would be like, whoop, my butt a lot smaller.
I got a good butt, but the insides are not so great.
Mm-hmm.
They cause pain and gas and
noise.
Yeah.
You know what's very sad? The internet will not see us talking about the Jeff screaming
No.
and the fart every time they kiss you. Those were two fabulous conversations that you will never get to see because they're in the archive.
Of our
Sorry.
brains. Because we forgot to hit record.
Because I didn't hit record. What a way to be. But you know what's going to be better in the next year? Nothing. Because it's the same shit in a different year. And on that note, bye!
Bye. It's Wednesday, my dudes.
It is Wednesday, my dudes.
No.
And it's my birthday.
Oh, yeah, it is Wednesday. Oh, my God. I never know what day it is.
It's Wednesday, and it's my birthday, and it's Sunday, and it's the 31st. What do you think about that? What do you think about them apples? You don't know what day it is.
I never know what day it is. I just know whether or not it's a work day or a weekend.
You want to make a funny face with me?
Which one?
I don't know, anyone. I just smiled really intensely. Okay, bye.